Hi, welcome to Rank It, Draft It, Bracket. I'm Derek, your normal co-host, and here with my girlfriend Sam, and of course Josh and his lovely wife here, Karen. And we have tonight we are doing a Christmas themed episode, with the holiday coming next week, and we are going to rank our top five favorite Christmas movies. I know personally, Christmas isn't really, my favorite holiday, but I think Sam here really kind of led us down this path, maybe Karen as well, to, doing this video. Why is Christmas your favorite?
I think I just like the novelty, the cheesiness of it.
Okay. What about y'all? What do you like about Christmas, or, why do you think we're...
Go ahead.
I mean, there's always in the movies, there's always like a happy ending, and it's like these movies, like you can't watch throughout the year. You have to watch them this time of year. Like you can't watch it in May. It just it doesn't feel right if you watch it at that time. So it's like, that's why these are so special, because you have to watch these around the season.
Yeah, we've got
Christmas movies for me. They were always so weird because growing up in Arizona, I never had any snow. So it was like, at least like this is the one time of the year I get to feel like I'm involved in actually a winter activity, watching movies.
Well, we have snow in Arizona. It's just up north.
Yeah. Well,
like here in the valley.
Where I'm from in Arizona, where I live, we never get snow. So.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's actually snowing outside right now. So we're actually kind of getting that experience out here in Ohio.
You feel it. You feel winter. You know what winter feels like. Yeah.
Yes.
Not here. No.
Well, it's better there. Trust me. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started here. So we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So your fifth favorite Christmas movie. What do you got for us, Sam?
So I have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I just like that. I feel like it's a very nostalgic movie. It's a feel good. You can put it on anytime. Everyone can be involved. I think it's a safe fifth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely a classic for sure.
Yeah.
Head out your way. What about you, Josh?
So I like my top four were pretty set, and then I was really not sure what to do with this fifth spot, but I went with Elf as my fifth, which I think is probably going to be higher on most people's lists. Maybe not on us four here, but most people's list, and because people just love the humor in it, and it's a funny movie. It's another kind of good. Well, they're all good, feel good stories, but for the most part. But I did Elf. I could have interchanged a few movies. I actually did have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as a possibility as well, but I just went with Elf for number 5.
All right. What about you, Karen?
I have the Santa Claus.
Okay.
I thought that's like a classic. It's a good 90s one, and I love Tim Allen, so you can't go wrong with Tim Allen.
It's a good choice. And I completely lost where my picture was. All right, so for my number 5, I had Christmas Vacation. Kind of an older one, definitely a comedy. I lean more towards comedy in every movie that I watch, so it just kind of makes sense to go with this one here. Some good quotes.
Yeah, we learned from your we learned from your Disney movies. You're not a sad movie kind of person, so I wouldn't expect anything less.
All right, and then for my number 4, I'll get it started this way. I actually had Elf here as well. Good comedy, kind of, I feel like reinvigorated Christmas movies kind of in my teenage years when this came out. And just good movie overall.
Go with your number 4. Why don't you go?
Number 4, I have Home Alone.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, I don't really have to give an explanation with that. It's Home Alone.
I mean, maybe
it's too perfect. I've never seen Home Alone 2 or 3. Just Home Alone. The first one. That's all I need.
Yeah, you don't really need number 2 and number 3. I mean, if you feel bored, I'm sure one Christmas if you feel.
Are they also like Christmas movies?
I think they're both around in the same time period of Christmas. Yeah, but I couldn't remember the last time. I don't think I've seen the third one. I think I've watched the second one maybe once when I was 9 or 8, whenever it was out.
The president.
It's Lost in New York. That's all I know.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's the first one or nothing.
Oh, that's all you need. Okay, my number 4, I went with A Christmas Story. Again, classic. Everybody knows the movie. It's on, I think, TBS like all day long on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. So if you have not watched it for some reason, definitely you're not lacking for chances to watch it. Just throw on any channel basically. But it's just one of those, it's not like the funniest or most entertaining or best story, but it's just like that classic movie that is always around.
It's funny.
It's got funny parts, definitely, but it's not like I'm not going to be dying laughing watching A Christmas Story.
I think it's
as
funny.
opposed to some other movies, but
oh come on, when his little brother puts on like that,
yeah, like there are
he's
funny
he's
parts.
like a star, like
No,
he can't even move. That's hilarious.
And yeah, there are definitely funny parts, and the kid gets his tongue stuck to the pole. Like of course, there's definitely like funny parts to it, but it's not like I don't think of it as like a comedy, like even like Elf or another one of my movies coming up here later. But like, I just think it's an all around like good. Like you won't be disappointed just watching A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
Okay.
We can go visit that house. It's in Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh.
Go visit the Christmas Story house in Cleveland.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty cool. But
4.
my number 4 is Love Actually. For no other reason than it's fun, it's cheesy, it's easy to watch.
I don't think I've ever seen it, so I don't know that I can.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
I guess he needs to watch that tonight, doesn't he?
Definitely. I'll say you'll hate everything about it, but
All right, number 3.
did Karen do her number 4?
Yeah, she's
Oh, okay.
Home,
I'm so
Home
sorry.
Alone.
So my number 3, I feel like it's like a debatable one of whether it's like a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. But The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I feel like more so because I can just watch it like October through December. So it can span a long time. I can interchange it. So I think it's a good one.
It's a Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas movie for you, basically. Just
Yeah.
anytime after October.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm firmly in the wait until after Thanksgiving for Christmas boat here. So that's her way to get around it. It's it's got Halloween in it, so
Still wrapping up Halloween. That's how you can watch that one, right? My number 3, I went with those Home Alone. So we already, mentioned that. Karen had that as number 4. Yeah, it's a funny movie. It's a good movie. The question everybody asks is, what does the dad do to, afford that house for 12,000 kids and, be able to go to Paris, for Christmas?
No, it's the mom's brother that flies them out to Paris.
Well, that's right. That's right.
What does the brother
what
do
is-
that's able
yeah.
to like fly the whole entire family out to Paris? Because it's not just them; it's like her.
It's like 15 people.
It's like their brother-in-law
Yeah.
too, and like all the kids.
But no, I mean, it's just like as a kid, when I was a little kid and I watched it when it came out, like it was a cool movie to be like, yeah, like this little kid's badass. Like I wish I could do those things, if I was home by myself, So yeah, no, it's Home Alone's always a good one to throw on. What about for your number 3?
My number 3 is The Family Stone. I think it's such a feel-good. It's not a feel-good movie, but it's kind of sad. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but I don't know. It's this family's kind of not dysfunctional, but it's kind of, I don't know. I just kind of feel like everybody has like that, the issues with their family. And I think it's kind of, like real with how it can be, during the holidays. And I like it. It's sad, but it's really nice.
It's not just some like Hallmark movie where everyone is like so happy and like everything is perfect. And so like, ironically, everything works out. It's like a legit, like they have issues like you're saying. So.
Yeah, it's good though. It's really good.
I guess I'll have to add another one to the watch list here.
I don't have that one on my list. That's all I'll say, Derek. So.
All right. Good point. All right. Number 3, I had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Classic, It was kind of hard to choose from, all the little animated ones, Charlie Brown, Frosty the Snowman, kind of all those were all in contention. But I think Rudolph is the best one with that, the little dentist, Yeti, all that showing up in there.
It's got to be the most popular of the those old school movies that you mentioned, right? I mean, I don't even would we call that claymation? I don't even know what we would call that style, but that's got to be the most popular one, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right, number 2, one with Die Hard. I feel like there's a lot of arguments about whether that is Christmas movie, but it does take place on Christmas Eve. They're at a Christmas party, action, adventure, etc. But and with that, I feel like it's brings most entertainment value, strictly speaking. But maybe not all in the Christmas spirit, but that's one I'll go with.
It shows up on every Christmas movie list. If you were to Google like best Christmas movies, it's on all of them. So we'll allow it.
I've never seen it, so
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never seen it from start to finish. So,
Well,
you're riding solo on this one, Derek.
Family Stone, and read it afterwards.
You got to give one and get one, right? For the movies there. All right, yeah, Derek. Then are we
That was
on
2,
number?
so let's Karen.
2?
What's your number 2 movie?
number 2 is Love Actually. Love that movie. That it's great. I love those movies that's like everybody has like their own little story going on with throughout the movie, and then somehow they're all connected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I love that. Love Actually. I watch it every year.
Yeah.
It's a good one. My number 2 is Just Friends.
No, that's a good one.
Which I think, I'll be completely honest, I hadn't watched it or ever seen it until I met this one, and she's like in love with it, so we watch it all the time. That might be the one movie that we like is a Christmas movie that sometimes we have watched when it's not Christmas. Mostly if it's just like on TV, we'll definitely watch it. But
I mean,
it's
if it's like September, I'll allow it because it's like we're getting closer to Christmas. But if it's like April, I refuse to. I don't allow it. I don't allow it.
But yeah, no, it's I just find it, I was talking about how I didn't think A Christmas Story was like just laugh out loud type funny. Like this one is definitely laugh out loud funny. Like it's hilarious. So I love watching it again. I'm glad she got me into it because it's definitely my second favorite Christmas movie. We always end up watching it, sometimes multiple times around the Christmas time.
Yeah. And then, so my number 2, I know also a debatable one. Tried to shoot it down, but Little Women. I just feel like kind of for the same reason of like it happens around the holidays. It's that like feel good. I love it. I feel like I love everything about it. So,
which one do you like the most? Like
so
what?
I like them
Winona
both,
or
but I love the newer one. I feel like I love all the actors. I love just kind of the way that they filmed it. I think it's really cute. So
I haven't seen it. I love the one with Winona. I haven't seen the newest one. I love the movie though. It's such a good movie.
It's so good. I actually I went and saw it by myself, and I was just like in the back of the theater, just like silent crying.
Why did you go by yourself, Derek? Hello. Why did you go?
Before my time.
Oh, okay. I was like, why?
They came out,
Why did you go by yourself?
pre this relationship. So
You know what though? Watching a movie by yourself and then knowing that you're gonna cry, like that's even better. Like I like going by myself.
Yeah, I've actually, it was, I think, the one and only movie I've ever gone to by myself. And it was kind of just that thing. I was like, I don't have plans that night. Like, let's go. And then I was like, okay, this is an enjoyable experience. I didn't have to wait for anybody. I didn't have to coordinate.
And you allowed yourself to cry even more than you actually probably would if you were with someone. So you just let it go.
Definitely.
all right,
And
what's your favorite?
My favorite is Jim Carrey, the Grinch, like the Jim Carrey Grinch. I've already watched it 3 times this year. I love it. I could watch it a million times over. I think it's one of those things that I was actually like really afraid of, like when I was younger. Like he just like scared everything out of me. And then like as I've gotten older, it's gotten funnier because it's like more relatable. And then like there's just like so many details that like every time you watch it, you like catch something different, and you're just like, oh, this is like, very detailed, very good, very funny.
And it's Jim Carrey. I mean, you can't go wrong with Jim Carrey.
Unfortunately, my biggest like memory or takeaway from that movie is the scene that's been made into like a GIF where he's just like
with the dog.
Like that's the thing I remember the most now. But yeah, no, Jim Carrey's he's funny, he's hilarious. So that's a good pick. That's a good pick. My number 1 we already talked about is Love Actually. Again, I hadn't watched it, hadn't seen it until I met Karen, and yeah, I like the kind of intertwined stories. It's funny to see like who's connected to who, and they all meet up at some point. Somebody's always connected. The best scene that we always crack up in is when Alan Rickman he's buying the jewelry for his like mistress, and I don't even, what's it, a Roman Atkinson, is that his name? Mr. Bean, that's what I know him as. He's like packing it for him and he's just taking forever and he's like being hilarious. And so that's definitely cracks us up. But yeah, no, it's a good story. Feel good story for most of the storylines. Some of the storylines are not so great, but it's just one of those movies, again, just watching it. We have good memories just because we watch it every year and I really enjoyed it. Has one of my favorite actors, Andrew Lincoln, better known as Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead, but pre-beard, pre-Southern accent Rick Grimes. So one of definitely my favorite Christmas movie to watch every year is Love Actually. So what about your number one?
My number one is Just Friends. I love that movie. It's super underrated. I feel like when you talk to people, they're just like, oh, what's that? Like they don't really know that movie, but like Ryan Reynolds is hilarious. I love Ryan Reynolds. It's some of it's kind of stupid, but like it's hard not to laugh. I love that movie. Everything's just perfect.
Do you have a favorite scene? Like one that makes you laugh the most?
Yeah, there's a few where he's like on the phone and he's talking to Amy and
I know
his mom's like, she gets on the phone too and she thinks she's at Joyce's house. She's like, Joyce? And then like it's just a whole mess because then his brothers, it's hilarious. I think that one's really funny.
Yeah, that's as you can tell, we watch a lot of Christmas. Our Christmas movies we watch together. So I get them from her for the most part. So it's a good one. What about you, Derek? Take us home here with your.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up here. I had my favorite as Home Alone. Great Christmas movie. To your point of like, I saw a funny meme today where it was, that is like, just remember, Kevin could have called the cops at any point and this would have all been, solved really easily. It's like, but he didn't. He was hunting those men. He wanted to kill them.
Yeah. There's a lot of funny stuff now. It's like, if this happened in 2020, it would just be like, no. Mom, you left me at home. Okay, let's go back. Like there's so many, like, it's definitely like a 1990, the 90s movie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Home Alone was maybe the only one that we all four had. I know, Derek, you just didn't have Love Actually because you haven't seen it, right? I did not have Home Alone. So,
yeah, we had.
You did not have. Oh, so we didn't have it. There wasn't a common movie then for all of us. That's interesting. I thought we'd at least have one that maybe we all had. But Derek, did you have any movies that almost made your cut, almost made the list that you want to bring light to?
I mentioned the other animated ones. I think Just Friends I'd written down. Just missed the list. I think we talked about everything that I had written down. Trying to think if there was any others. I thought Bad Santa was hilarious when it came out. I don't know if it still all holds up as completely appropriate, but I'm sure it's still hilarious. So
you had Bad Santa, right? Yeah.
Bad Santa was in mine. Yeah, that almost made the list, and A Christmas Story.
So the ones I definitely wanted to bring. I'm glad that Sam, you mentioned and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because that was definitely one. If nobody else said it, I wanted to at least, it's 1940s, 50s. I don't know when exactly, 60s maybe. So it's like obviously not the most like technically savvy movie to watch anymore, but it's definitely one of those classics. So that and Frosty the Snowman. I also had the Santa Claus that we mentioned earlier. Well, I think my favorite scene from that movie is when he shaves and then just like turns the mirror and the hair's back again. Like that's hilarious. I also wrote down Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
I don't know.
That was about that one. Yeah.
But I just back when I was again a little kid when it came out.
Didn't show up on any of the Christmas movie lists I pulled up, so it's not sure it's good, but
no, it's definitely not winning any awards, or didn't probably. But I just thought it was entertaining, and I thought it was cool when Arnie was in like the costume, But the other one that I really liked too that almost made number 5 was Edward Scissorhands. Again, not a specifically Christmas movie, but in Christmas time, winter time. Kind of a weird movie. We mentioned Tim Burton last week on last week's Disney video. So definitely a Tim Burton-esque movie, but that was one that almost replaced Elf for number 5. But Sam, did you have any other movies that almost made your list?
So honestly, no. I'm really not like a movie person. But a lot of the things that like came to mind for me were more of like TV episodes that were like Christmas specials. Like when I was kind of like sifting through, I was kind of able to pick those out. But no, I actually had to sit on like a couple. I had to Google a lot today to come up with 5 movies. So it was.
Well, what episodes did came to mind for you? Like what shows or holiday specials or anything in particular?
So the first one that came to mind was like the I Love Lucy special, just kind of like the old black and white one that they do in color every year. That's really fun. And then ironically, just some of like the Friends episodes or like CSI like ones where they're like, it's like some creepy thing where they do it around Christmas time in Las Vegas and, someone gets horribly murdered, which is, jolly, great.
Christmas cheer. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no.
Which Friends one when Ross dresses up as an armadillo?
You bring it. That's a good like subcategory is the TV episodes. And definitely, Derek, we've talked about The Office plenty of times, and like there's some good Office episodes. Christmas episodes are funny, for sure. But yeah, no. I think that'll do it for our Christmas movie episode. Sam, thanks for joining us. Karen, thanks for joining us. Derek, as always, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you guys both have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It sounds like you guys are coming down here to celebrate.
Yep, that's the plan.
Awesome. Well, safe travel. Yeah, enjoy a little bit some better weather than the Midwest. And again, we'll see you maybe after New Year's. And we'll get back at it with some more videos.